Think you're not a disruptor? Think again. What's up? It's Deborah. Happy Monday to you. And this message is for all the purpose-driven leaders who think, I'm not a disruptor. I am a bringer together of peoples. I want to honor you and say that I see you and I really respect and appreciate where you are coming from. I also want you to understand that you are a disruptor if your work is disruptive. So you might be super mellow and mild and a people person and want to deeply connect with people and bring people together. But if your work is to raise awareness of what we're doing to our oceans or how we can eat in a way that's more conscious and helpful for our bodies, or how we can educate our children in such a way that they grow up to be able to deal with life and be resilient, like any of those things that's going against what the status quo is, that's going against what the norms are, those things make you a disruptive enterprise and thus make you, as a leader of that enterprise, a disruptor. So it doesn't just mean personality, it also means what you are showing up and delivering on the planet. So why is this important? Why does it matter whether you're a disruptor or not? Well, it matters because if you don't own exactly what it is that you are here to do, you're just not going to have the level of volume that you need to make the impact that you're here to make. What do I mean by that? Well, notice how you talk. Notice how you show up when you are not certain in yourself. You're kind of uncertain. You are trying to fit in, blend in, be inconspicuous. Like, how do you look? How do you sound? Like, even if you're speaking, do you sound louder or do you sound more quiet? Is your face like beaming? Are your expressions big or are you contracting in, right? You notice that if you really pay attention, anytime you try to fit in or blend in, you're doing some form of contraction. You're trying to stay quiet, you're trying to stay small, and you're trying to not be noticed. And so thus, less people notice you. You succeed in less people noticing you, right? But then if less people notice you, less people also hear what you're here to deliver. So one thing I do know, we may not be driven by money, we may not be driven by fame or popularity, but we are all, every single purpose-driven leader that I know, we are all driven to make a positive impact. Okay, we all want our message, our love to be spread and shared with as many people as possible. And we can't do that if we're not owning exactly what our role is right now on this planet. And I'm here to tell you, like I said, that if your enterprise, if your work that you are doing, if your message is one that is to shift a paradigm, is to shift the way people see themselves or the world around them, then you are a disruptor, my friend. And I want you to own that and to be proud of it, because being a disruptor means that you have a specific purpose that you are trying to bring to fruition, hence the phrase purpose-driven, right? So let's just I want to give you a really simple example that may help to put this into context for you. So there was a time when I was trying so hard to succeed in the corporate world. I worked really hard in school. I got good grades. I graduated in the top third of my class, all that stuff, right? I got into work and I was ready to prove myself. And I was ready to deliver incredible work and to be recognized as someone who was a great team player and an asset and someone who was irreplaceable. Irreplaceable, I guess that's the word, I don't know. But anyway, not replaceable. So what did I do? I got in, I read things carefully, I studied, I asked questions. That was the first problem. I quickly learned that the questions I was asking were not the questions I was supposed to be asking. I didn't know what the questions were that I was supposed to be asking. I just knew that I wasn't asking them. So I started to listen, to hear what other people, other of my colleagues, my coworkers, I wanted to hear what kinds of questions they were asking. And when I listened to their questions, I was like, why is that? And then I was listening to the responses that they were getting, and I was like, again, not helpful. So I started to wonder what was wrong with me that I was asking these different questions. Like, why was I not asking the questions that the other people were asking? And why was the answers I was getting not helpful for them or for me? I mean, not helpful for me. It was helpful for them. They got it. This started to really bother me. I realized that to fit in, I needed to ask the right questions. And since I didn't know what the right questions were, I stopped asking as many questions. Also understanding that the questions I was asking were getting met with more eye rolls and sarcasm the more I asked them. So I started to try to figure the things out by myself. Now, it would have been great if some of the people who wrote the books and wrote the things that I was studying had minds that work like mine, but I was not that fortunate. And it took me many years and many iterations of this same problem. I kid you not. I banged my head against this wall for 12 years, people. 12 painful, agonizing years trying to fit in, playing small, trying to figure things out on my own so that I wouldn't look dumb or incompetent or whatever I was afraid of looking like. Then I would say, okay, forget it. I'm just going to ask the questions. And I'd ask the questions and I'd still get like non-helpful data. So I started to realize something is different about the way that I think and the way that I process information than everyone else here. And that wasn't just one job. It wasn't 2 jobs. I'm talking maybe 5 or 6. So I finally said, okay, I'm losing my mind. I got to do something different. So I left the world of engineering and architecture, even though I was incredibly good at certain things in them. I left that and I moved over into the world of coaching, mentoring, counseling, because I had a ministry background. So I was also very kind of skilled in that area. And I moved away from engineering. To this day, I would love to read a book or I would love to take a class and actually understand what the heck they were talking about and know how to turn that into actual practical engineering design. But it's not the way my mind works. It doesn't work that way with what I saw in the mainstream of my field, my profession. Did me pretending or trying to play small or say, I'm not a disruptor, I'm just trying to fall in line, I'm trying to be a good employee, did that serve anyone? No, I argue no. I mean, it was good for me to learn the experience, and I did learn a lot from those jobs, but honestly, it was a waste. A lot of time was wasted with me playing small and trying to not own my being a disruptor. As soon as I started to own it, I started to feel better. I had some people tell me that I shouldn't own it so loudly, that might pre-create a situation where I am not accepted. And it took me a little while to filter through that and recognize, no, I belong with myself. And if anyone else wants to include me, they're more than welcome to, but I don't need their acceptance to belong. Ooh, light bulb moment, right? And so I've dedicated my life since then to creating spaces and opportunities for disruptors to boldly and unapologetically declare that that's what they are and to get to the next step. Because beyond playing small, beyond not asking the wrong questions, beyond fitting in is the work that you're here to do, okay? And you're not doing it at the level that you need to do it if you're worried about not looking like a disruptor, not sounding like a disruptor, not being labeled as a disruptor. Show up as who you are, and that is when you can deliver the message that you are here to deliver in the world. I personally believe that most people are have a disruptor inside of them that is often asleep and dormant because it is made to go to sleep by the world and the society that we live in. And I'm trying to wake them up because we need more people owning their disruptor nature and showing up to deliver the gifts that they are here to deliver. I don't know what that is for you, but I would love to find out. So I would love to see in the comments, what's your gift? What are you here to disrupt? What is the paradigm that you are here to shift? I would love to read in the comments. I hope this has inspired you. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in a couple of days. Much love. Bye.